ship any of our 41,000 items the same day. Uline, your shipping and industrial supply specialist. Visit uline.ca.
Lost your job due to economic difficulties? You need employmentlawyer.ca. Your employer may owe you an enhanced severance package during a recession, as much as 24 months pay. Call Lior Samfiru and get what you're owed. Employmentlawyer.ca.
The No Frills Save and Earn sale is on now, and it's as easy as it sounds. You save money, you earn CC Optimum points. The savings keep on giving, only until May 3rd. No Frills won't be beat. See nofrills.ca for details.
From the moment you touch down in Victoria, you'll know you're in a world apart. This is a place like no other, where more than just flowers bloom. Let your curiosity lead you through unforgettable moments connected to nature and each other, and a local culture full of and history welcomes everyone. Your story continues in Victoria. To plan your trip, visit tourismvictoria.com.
Hey Canada! Smile Cookie is back a little earlier this year. From May 1st to 7th, pick up a Smile Cookie from your local Tim. Help support local charities and community groups at participating restaurants in Canada.
Lowe's knows the backyard is only as great as the people we share it with. From barbecuing for family to kicking back with friends, a summer of entertaining starts outside. And with Lowe's outdoor living event, you'll find everything to get the outdoors ready. Until Wednesday, save $150 on a Style Selections 10x10 hardtop gazebo. Don't miss out. Lowe's outdoor living event is on now, in-store and online. You got this, and we got you. Exclusions and conditions apply. Details in store and at Lowe's.ca.
The 2022 sell-off is happening right now at Magnuson Ford. Everything from Mach-E's to Mustangs to F-150s. $1.99% on select vehicles. The time for a new Ford is right now. Check out MagnusonFord.com. The name you can trust.
This is HGTV Sebastian Clovis. Stay tuned for HGTV Quick Fixes right here on this station.
HGTV Quick Fixes is brought to you by Highmark Plumbing. Your one call for all plumbing, heating, drainage, air conditioning, electrical, and home repair needs is Highmark.
Time for policing in Surrey. Keep the new Surrey Police Service or go back to the RCMP. The debate is on after the 9 o'clock news on the Mike Smith Show, 980 CKNW.
It is at 7:30. Good morning. I'm John Strait. Vancouver City Council expects to vote today on making parking cheaper in Chinatown. Right now, it'll cost you $1 to $5 an hour between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., $1 to $3 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Staff recommending setting all street meter fees at $2 an hour from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. as a pilot project until the end of 2024. Report says this will reduce parking costs on the more expensive blocks and provide more clear and consistent pricing for customers. For the first time, schools in Surrey are considering double-decker portables as the province struggles to keep up with population growth. Lokal's Richard Zussman has more.
Surrey schools are not only running out of space in classrooms, but running out of places to put portables. Surrey School Board Trustee Terry Allen.
We're at the point now where we're going to have to stop and consider the staff portables. Something that I don't know has ever been done.
A final determination not yet made on how many double-decker portables may be needed. But what's clear is the government has failed on a promise to get rid of Surrey portables, going from 250 of them in 2017 to more than 360 now. Education Minister Joshua Sam. The province has built new projects or expansion plans for schools in Surrey, but does not factor in additional density from the Surrey SkyTrain. This is from Global News.
It often takes weeks or months for city crews to fill the mall. We're talking potholes. But Coquitlam Mayor Brad West is taking a speedier approach.
We see them all over the city, but particularly in areas where we've got significant traffic volume. And so no matter where they are in Port Coquitlam, we're going to get them over there.
The city says it's identified all of its potholes, counting nearly 160 of them. And this Thursday and Friday, it will have crews out to smooth out the roads.
Traditionally, what you've seen is maybe, but, you know, why not go and have that blitz and get it done over a couple of days, right? It's just going to make life so much easier.
That's left commuters in other communities a bit jealous.
Makes me feel like they're obviously like prioritizing more wealthier areas, you know what I mean? People who tend to have more money, like more upscale, you know, neighborhoods.
Not catering to you.
Yeah, like East Van, no way.
Kamel Karamali, Global News.
Stateside, the woman accusing former U.S. President Donald Trump of sexual assault back in the 90s is expected to take the stand today in a civil defamation trial. ABC's Aaron Katersky is outside court in New York.
30 years after E. Jean Carroll says Donald Trump raped her, she is expected to testify about it today here at court. Carroll is going to tell the jury about an alleged attack that her attorney said lasted just a few minutes but stayed with Carroll forever.
Trump's attorneys claim Carroll's making the story up for fame and political gain. A new episode of Ted Lasso out today, and the show's villain says he's still not feeling the love.
Today marks the start of the second half in the third and possibly final season of Ted Lasso. We've seen 6 episodes, the first of the back 6 out today. Nick Mohammed plays Nate Shelley on the show. He started in season 1 as lovable, but turned villain in season 2. Asked if now in season 3, fans are showing him love once again.
I wouldn't say it's love. I would say less hate. Whereas there was a real visceral reaction to what Nate did at the end of season 2, and, you know, maybe rightly so. I feel like people are now a bit more kind of intrigued as to whether we're going to see some kind of accountability or a redemption.
He says, look for some closure as we get later in the season. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Global News Time, 7:34. Now the latest AM 7:30 traffic. Here's Kim Larson.
Have a new problem on the Ironworkers Memorial Bridge. It's a collision at the north end, blocking the northbound right lane, and northbound traffic backed up along Highway 1 West from 1st Avenue. You're also slow northbound Lionsgate from Lost Lagoon. And on Highway 1 in the Valley, it's slow from Bradner Road all the way to Glover Road, and westbound Port Van backed up from 160th Street remains slow through Coquitlam and around Burnaby Lake. And expect a northbound backup on all routes crossing the Fraser River. And both ways, you're heavily backed up at the Massey Tunnel. Need a tire change? Drop by Mr. Lube for no appointment tire service, open 7 days a week, servicing all makes and models. Visit MrLube.com for all the locations. In the AM 730 Traffic Center, I'm Kim Larson.
Good morning, I'm Mark Madriga in the Global Sky Tracker Weather Center. Showers through the morning in Metro Vancouver, then drier late morning and afternoon with a few breaks in the clouds. Temperatures peaking at 14 or so today. A few clouds tonight, breezy near the water from the northwest tonight and overnight, dropping to 6 for an overnight low. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. 16 near the water, but most places up to 22 degrees tomorrow. Warmer Friday, Saturday in the sunshine. Highs of 20 to 27.
Thank you, Mark. In Victoria, it's 8 degrees and cloudy outside CKNW Pacific Center. Downtown Vancouver's 9 degrees. Now the CKNW Business News. Here's Robert Levin.
Well, thanks, John. A few big tech names from Alphabet after the bell yesterday to Meta, Facebook parent in focus today, but it's Microsoft garnering all the excitement with the stock. Strong earnings and guidance reported after the closing bell yesterday. Stock this morning climbing around 7.5% in a big move for the tech giant as their outlook in AI investments that has analysts suggesting supportive of their growth metrics in the months and years ahead. On top of this, though, it's the stock sustaining a rally this morning despite UK courts blocking their planned acquisition for the UK video game company Activision Blizzard. Earnings yesterday handily beating estimates, but it was particularly a strong outlook provided that got investors rushing into the stock here this morning. Right now, we got the Dow down 119 points, the TSX is down.
On 980 CKNW. Time for a little inspiration. Just when you feel like, oh, the world is getting you down, there is hope out there. And actually, you're going to find it in our kids.
When you were a kid, do you remember the science fair when it was that time of year at the school? I was always terrified because there's so much pressure to put on a great science fair project. But these days, kids are killing it. They are just blowing it out of the water. Now, the Science Fair Foundation has announced the finalists that will be competing in the 2023-24 Canada-wide Science Fair. There are only 56 finalists from 12 different regions that have been selected to compete nationally. So these are the brightest of the brightest kids out there. They have poured their hearts and souls into asking really interesting questions and creating projects that kind of challenge science and technology and what we know about it. I know, these are right out of the minds of kids, which is why I felt like you need a little inspiration today. These are the kids that we need to hear from, right? They're tackling everything from climate change to cutting-edge medical technologies. Like, you never know where the next great idea is going to come from. Like our next guest, actually. So Jasmine Chow is a grade 7 student at St. Michael's Catholic Elementary School and a finalist in the Science Fair Foundation's Canada-wide Science Fair. And Jasmine is with us now. Good morning, Jasmine.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Thanks for being on our show with us. I'm really excited to hear about your Science Fair project. Can you tell me what it's about?
My project is about just like an emergency blanket.
What do you mean, like the regular potato chip bags that we eat out of?
Yes.
As an emergency blanket? How does that work?
Well, an emergency blanket is where, sorry.
That's okay. So you were wondering if it's the same kind of material, like an emergency blanket and the material that we make chip bags out of?
Yeah, they're the same material.
They are the same material?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. So you could make an emergency blanket out of a chip bag?
Yes, you can.
Is that what you did?
That's what I did for my experiment.
How did it work? Tell me about your experiment.
Well, what I did was I ran the experiment over 7 hours to determine the heat loss for 3 emergency blankets. 2 were store-bought and 1 was my chip bag emergency blanket. I found that the chip bag reduced heat loss by 10% when compared to the 2 store-bought blankets. This showed that there is a secondary use for non-recyclable chip bags, which helps to keep them out of the landfill.
So did you, tape together a whole bunch of potato chip bags?
Well, yes. What I had to do was I cleaned, cut, and taped together all of these chip bags to make a blanket that was big enough to fit around my body.
Oh, that must have been a tough assignment, Jasmine, to eat all those potato chips.
It was.
I'll bet it was. Okay, so you found that it performed really well. So did your results surprise you?
Yes. I wasn't...
Pitt River Ridge, not too bad, just a small lineup out of Pitt Meadows. Mariel Bypass, pockets of volume, nothing serious. No heat through the Tri-Cities and Barnett. Those are doing fine. Now, I'm noticing the volume is getting quite heavily congested as you make your way over the Port Man into Coquitlam. It's not super unusual for it to get really busy and slow there at this time of day. It's also not super unusual for there to be a crash or something there too. So if we do have an incident in the Port Man or into Coquitlam here, let me know. But as far as I can tell, just volume for now, it's just very, very congested. Heading west, continuing through the Burnaby Lake stretch, more volume, and then maybe opening up a bit after Kensington, but then slows right down again through Vancouver from First up to the North Shore. And then we did have a crash briefly on the Ironworkers, which has fortunately been removed, but you're still quite slow from First Avenue heading to the Ironworkers. Fellow Bridge, line up at Surrey, King George, busy from before. Bridgeview, normal stuff there. Scott Road's lining up too. Queensboro, busy in both directions. It's quite slow coming off Stewartson at a New West especially. Alex Fraser still in recovery mode following an earlier problem. It's all volume, but it's slow on the 91 from 64th. Other feeder routes seeing congestion too. And Highway 99 through Delta. The 91 up Pathfinder Trunk Road, and then more congestion. Just steady but slow all the way up through the Massey Tunnel, even with 3 lanes open right now. 1 lane southbound, lined up from the golf course. Expect delays out of Richmond as you would always at this time of day. Not moving too bad on the east-west connector through Richmond, and all 3 Richmond bridges for now in decent shape. Got word about a new problem in Vancouver. Looks like Granville and 57th really lining up for northbound traffic, but it sounds like there's the incident here is actually southbound at Granville and 57th, and I'm hearing they might actually have southbound fully blocked. If you have a fresh update on that, let me know. Even once you get past that, though, heading north, very busy on Granville at 49th, too. As far as I can tell, that's just volume, but if there's anything else going on, let me know. Ironworkers, slow to Vancouver. No more incidents on the bridge northbound, though. Upper levels, fairly clear. No problems for the east and westbound traffic, the north and west van. Lions Gates, 2 lanes south, 1 lane north. Steady both ways. Downtown bridges and viaducts. Fine for now. See anything else? Let us know about it at pound 730. One thing I actually forgot to mention here, we do have a stall at the Massey Tunnel. It's on Highway 99 northbound, just north of the 17A in the middle lane. So while it's not blocking access to the tunnel, it is creating additional delays, and that's why it's extra slow on Highway 99 from now before the Delta Works Yard. Take a pause here. We got weather coming up. No, it's news coming up next. We'll do that in 30 seconds with John Strait.
Is your teen with you right now? Yeah? Drug Free Kids Canada would like to offer you this moment to talk about sports, about school, about drugs. Take it away. We'll even add a little background music for you. Going and make it a little smoother. We've got you. Visit drugfreekidscanada.org for some help. But above all, keep talking.
Global News, I'm John Strait. A fire in Syria devastated an agency that helps new immigrants to Canada. As Global's Tim Perry reports, the suspected arson was caught on surveillance video.
The video shows the suspect setting fire to a mattress behind New Hope Community Services. The fire spreads quickly, destroying a number of vehicles, bicycles, a tool shed, and the building's carport. The New Hope facility houses and assists refugees and families who are new to the country. Executive Director Anne Bernard Ball says the loss of the carport hits particularly hard.
It's not just a carport, it's really the hub of our community. It's where we have community dinners together as an entire building. It's where we do our kids club. It's where we do fundraising events. And it really is the heart of who we are as an organization.
Surrey RCMP say they're investigating and are trying to determine a motive for the fire being deliberately set. Anyone who wants to help the organization recover can donate on its website at newhopecs.org. Tim Perry, Global News.
Coquitlam RCMP urging you to be cautious if you're asked to convert money into cryptocurrency after someone fell victim to a scam. Police said the victim received a call from someone claiming to work for their credit card's fraud department, saying there were suspicious transactions on their card. The fraudster directed the victim to take out thousands of dollars from their bank account, convert it into crypto, and transfer it over to them. The victim completed the transfer, but then suspected it might be a scam and called police. Now, to keep yourself safe from crypto scams, police recommend doing your own research, getting a second opinion, and knowing that time-limited or high-pressure offers are signs of a scam. From the Global Newsroom, I'm John Strait.
You're listening to AM 730, all traffic, all the time. Hi, I'm Simi Sarah from 980 CKNW. And after you've caught up in traffic, why not check out what's going on at 980 CKNW? We've got the very latest on this morning's top stories to get you set for the day. It's Mornings with Simi, and it's happening right now on 980 CKNW. Check it out.
AM 730, all traffic, all the time.
No other station has traffic news on demand, on air, streaming online, and on Twitter. AM 730 has you covered.
Sure is. 7:45, 7 degrees and rainy in Vancouver. Hotspots on the way with Mark Staling. I got a bridge and tunnel report on the way too. But first, let's start by going up to the AM 730 eye in the sky and find out what Amber Belzer's got for us.
Well, it's extra busy at the Massey Tunnel northbound on the 9. You're slowed down just north of Highway 17 by the Delta Works Yard as you get into the tunnel. And that's with the 3 lanes making your way into Richmond. It's all because there was a crash northbound. Now they've moved to the north end, over to the right shoulder. They're parked in the Gore at the Easton exit off of northbound 99. So it's all clear. All the lanes are open. We're in recovery mode for volume. As I said, busy just north of Highway 17 as you make your way northbound into Richmond. And southbound, we've got a lineup starting by the golf courses as you make your way south into Delta. Need a tire change? Drop by Mr. Lou for no appointment tire service, open 7 days a week, servicing all makes and models, including electric vehicles. Visit MrLou.com for locations. In the AM 730 eye of the sky, I'm Amber Belzer.
All right, let's check the rest of the hotspots now. And welcome back, Mark Stanley.
Yeah, just got a message about road work that's kicking off Loki to Blue Mountain, westbound, very busy for that one. Another update that we got from Amber earlier was that they did clear the crash on the northbound ironwork. Still busy. Highway 1 west through Vancouver from Boundary Road through is brutal, and got word of a very, very major police presence around Granville and 57th. Unsure if it's like an incident there or perhaps some sort of thing that was moving along, but if you have an update at Granville and 57th or anywhere in that area, if you notice an impediment due to a police incident or anything, let me know. Any updates, again, hands-free calls to pound at 730.
Thank you, Mark. All right, bridge and tunnel time now. Highway 1 in the valley, westbound, slow and steady, all the way from Abbotsford through Langley. Remember, wet roads are going to create additional delays, so budget yourself some extra time to get where you're going. And, of course, got to drive extra careful in that wet weather. Visibility's not good. Keep your eyes peeled for pedestrians as well, and, of course, keep those headlights and taillights on. That's always a good idea. Eastbound Highway 1 through the valley. Slow down a bit near 216th. The westbound traffic starts to open up once you get past Glover Road. It's also quite busy already on Fraser Highway out near 248th in Langley. Looks like roadwork once again there becoming a factor. Mission Bridge is okay. Lougheed's slow from Mission into Maple Ridge, approaching 272nd. Golden Ears Bridge, that's okay. Feeder routes out of Maple Ridge starting to back up here off Golden Ears Way, and maybe Lougheed a bit too. Big River Bridge line up here for Lougheed. Slow from well before Dewey Trunk Road, almost from the Cassie Slough actually. Mariel Bypass starting to get quite slow here westbound from the basically Pitt River up to Shaughnessy. Lougheed through the Tri-Cities and Barnett, not too bad. Thank you for the update from the Portman Bridge. While it is slow, there's no incident, but certainly seeing a slowdown on the Surrey side on the approach to the Portman, and then very heavily congested as you make your way into Coquitlam through lanes as the Coquitlam exit lanes as you're heading over the Portman here. Still continues to be slow all the way through Burnaby and Vancouver as well. Just a lot of heavy volume. There was an earlier issue on the ironworkers, which was cleared, but man, it's slow through Vancouver from Grandview up to the North Shore. Patello Bridge, line up on a Surrey off King George, busy from now almost 132nd, busy out of Surrey there. Patello southbound's not bad. Highway 17, roadwork once again near Old Yale, causing delays. Westbound's where it's busiest here at Old Yale. The traffic pattern change, signal timing, and turn restrictions all affecting traffic in the area as part of the ongoing long-term construction here for what will eventually become the new Patello Bridge. So continue to expect Highway 17 to be an ongoing area of concern out near Old Yale. Eastbound for now is actually not too bad, but I'm sure that's temporary. It'll get busier later on. Queensboro Bridge northbound, 91A slow for the pedestrian overpass. Southbound quite slow off Stewardson, and also volume for 6th and 20th too. Alex Fraser, it's been a busy morning here. 91 crawling from before 64th. 72nd and Nordell, both seeing delays too. Matthew Tunnel. Traffic, again, wet roads a factor here. There was a stall at the tunnel, that was cleared, so good to see that, but still very busy. Even with 3 lanes heading north here, you're seeing quite a bit of a slowdown on the approach to the tunnel. Southbound, of course, 1 lane getting through, and that's busy for the golf course. Steady on the east-west connector in Richmond. Night Oak, Arthur Lang bridges, all of them starting to get busier, but none of them seeing any significant issues. More or less on track for a normal morning here for all 3 Richmond bridges. Usually just before 8 o'clock is when they start to really line up. Ironworkers northbound, again, very slow through the Cassiar, approaching the North Shore. No more incident on the bridge, but damage has been done. It's very busy here. Upper levels is actually nice and clear all the way through North and West Van. Lion Gate, 2 lanes south, 1 lane north. Steady both ways, and the downtown bridges and viaducts all clear for now. We got weather up next. We're going to do that in 30 seconds. Mark Madrigal is about to join us, and believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe by looking at it right now, but we're going to get some real nice warm temperatures by the end of the week.
The following is a message from Canada Action. Canadian liquefied natural gas exports will have among the lowest emissions intensity in the world and will help reduce coal power emissions. Exporting our responsible resources plays a vital role in climate action, creating local jobs, and supporting economic reconciliation through Indigenous-led projects. Visit bclnghelp.ca to learn more.
Good morning for AM 730. I'm Mark Madriga in the Global Sky Tracker Weather Center. A well-defined front will quickly move through here this morning from the northwest. Showers for Metro Vancouver this morning, ending late this morning through the afternoon, drier and still mostly cloudy. Highs of 14 or so today. Just a few clouds tonight, breezy near the water from the northwest this evening, and overnight too, with a low near 6. Sunshine for tomorrow, breezy in the morning near the water again from the northwest. It'll be topping at 16 degrees right near the water tomorrow, with highs elsewhere and through inland areas up to 22 tomorrow, much warmer. Friday, even warmer. Same for Saturday. Both days sunny. Morning lows of 9, afternoon highs, get this, 20 to 27.
AM 730 traffic, driven by
Apple Dental Implant Center. Implants and crowns from $2,299 over a dozen locations. Learn more at appleimplanttcenter.com.
Still looking for more details on the situation in Vancouver near Granville in 57. First southbound traffic is blocked by police there. Also, sounds like some sort of incident in Aldergrove or some kind of perhaps filming work happening. Fraser Highway eastbound near 272nd. More updates on that appreciated at pound at 7:30. Break in a moment. Various boulders coming up. First, let's get an update from the eye in the sky. And welcome back, Amber Belzer.
Thanks so much. It's a really busy go headed to the Queensboro Bridge. Northbound 91A is almost backing onto Highway 91. So watch out for delays if you're headed to the Queensboro. Otherwise, take the 91 tonight to make your way into Vancouver and southwest Burnaby. But otherwise, you have delays northbound and southbound as well, with westbound Stewartson lining up from the light at 5th Avenue. Is it possible to love coffee more than you already do? With PC Coffee, it might be. Try it and it'll be love it for a sip or your money back. In the AM 730 Eye in the Sky, I'm Amber Belzer.
And now, an HGTV Quick Fix with Sebastian Clovis. Brought to you by Highmark Plumbing.
Are you experiencing low water pressure from your shower head? Calcium and lime can build up, reducing the flow of water, creating a low pressure situation. To fix a clogged shower head, remove it and look for a little filter screen that looks like a mini sieve. Put it in a bowl of vinegar for a couple of hours, then rinse it off and reassemble the fixture. With any luck, your next shower will be a much happier experience.
Visit hgtv.ca and discover more tips, tricks, and other inspiration. This HGTV Quick Fix is brought to you by Highmark Plumbing. As your home ages, it requires extra attention. And when you have a problem, you need a company that works for you. Your one call for all plumbing, heating, drainage, air conditioning, electrical, and home repair needs is Highmark Plumbing. Book your service today at highmarkplumbing.com. Stay tuned to this station for more HGTV Quick Fix.
Hi, Gord here, CEO of Coast Appliances. And at Coast, we're not only experts in appliances, we're also experts in low prices.
How low can you go, Grandpa?
The lowest of the low, Olivia. Our price match guarantee guarantees you get the lowest price on any appliance. Period.
How do you guarantee it?
Well, if you were to find a lower price, even 30 days after your purchase, Coast will pay the difference. No questions asked.
You put your money where your mouth is. Am I right, Grandpa?
When it comes to our price match guarantee, we put our money where our dishwasher is, where our refrigerator is, where our washer-dryer is.
That sounds very ingrammatically incorrect, Grandpa.
At Coast, we speak everyone's language. Whether you're looking for an entry-level appliance or undertaking a high-end renovation, Coast has your back and keeps you on budget.
Cha-ching to that.
You mean cha-ching, Olivia.
Oopsie-oopsies.
Visit our Coast showrooms in Vancouver, North Vancouver, Coquitlam, Abbotsford, and Surrey. For everyone, for any appliance,